Okay, so this is your lecture number 3, and today we are going to cover unit number 1. Unit number 2 is already covered. In this thing, the common aspects of any programming language, just like literals, data type, expression, overview, variable and constant, operators, branching is there in the unit number first. So what we cover in this session, we will do introduction with the C sharp, then overview of C sharp, what are the literals, variable and constant. No new things are there. Just the way of writing is changed. You know everything. Variable, constant, literals, data types, operators, the expression. Everything you know already in C, C++, Java. But the way of writing is changed here. So first we gone through the PPT. Then we gone through the, in second session we gone through the Visual Studio. How these things are implemented in that thing. All right. Now. So let's start with the first topic, C Sharp history, how it's originated and how its development is done. So history of C Sharp language is interesting to know. Here we are going to discuss the brief history of C Sharp language. The C Sharp is pronounced as C Sharp or C hash. Both things are comfortable. Okay. And you guys have any queries, so you can note down in a copy, and at last we have question answer session, then I will answer your queries. All right. It is an object-oriented programming language provided by the Microsoft that run on .NET framework. All right. Anderson Harrisburg is known as a founder of C Sharp language. Okay, interview question. Who is the founder of C Sharp? Anders Harrisburg. Keep in mind, note it down. It is based on C++ and Java. Very important thing. Means the founder mixed these two things, the syntax of C++ and Java. But it has many additional extensions used to perform the component-oriented programming approach. So what is component? One is object-oriented programming approach. What is component-oriented programming approach? So prepare the question. I will ask this question because you know what is object-oriented. So you should know what is component-oriented programming approach. All right. Now, C Sharp evolved much since their first release in 2002. All right. So the first release was launched in 2002. I told you already, Microsoft launched the .NET framework in same year with the C Sharp. So C Sharp first version in 2002. It was introduced with the .NET framework 1.0. So, and the current version of C Sharp is 5.0. All right. Let's see some important features introduced in each version of C Sharp are given below. So I have some comparison what introduced in C Sharp. Okay, in C Sharp 1.0, which is released 2002. In each version, what parameters added one by one, it is given here. Right now we have 6.0. Lately in 2050 it's going to be launched. All right. So what exactly is C Sharp? C hash is pronounced C Sharp. It is an object-oriented programming language created by the Microsoft that runs on the .NET framework. C Sharp has root from C family, and the language is close to other programming languages like C++ and Java. The first version was released in 2002, and the latest version, C Sharp 8, was released in September 2019. Means update here. September 2019, we have C Sharp 8. But it's in some version we are going to add and that were as a major changes. What we are lacking behind in previous version, we are adding in next version. So C Sharp is used for mobile applications, desktop applications, web applications, web services, websites, game, virtual reality, VR, and database applications. Why we use CR? Very important question. Okay, it is one of the most popular programming language in the world. Even uh, number one is going to for Python. Okay, but why we say it is used for? Because it is a multi-dimensional language. You can even develop the Windows. We can develop the web, we can develop the mobile. So where Python is lacking, in Python is most popular, no problem. But sometimes Python is lacking behind. Just like you can not develop the mobile games in Python, you cannot develop the virtual reality in Python. Python basically used for a data analysis more part. Where data introduction is there, Python very powerful. It is easy to learn and simple to use. It has a huge community support. Since Microsoft is a it's a vendor, so that's why it's a huge community support. C Sharp is an object-oriented language which gives a clear structure to program and allow us code to be reused. Okay, actually, if you learn the concept of object oriented programming, so reusability is important concept of object oriented programming. Since C sharp follow the object oriented programming, so we can say we can reuse the code of C sharp with lowering development cost because it's a license. It is not open source, it is not free to use. That's why we say lowering development cost, because you are reusing. As C sharp is close to C, C++ and Java, it makes it easy for programmer to switch to C sharp or vice versa. So what happens, sometimes the programmer change their domain. So in that case, we can say that programmer easily migrate from Java to C sharp because this language have the same what we say syntax. So it is easy for programmer so switching between the languages and change their domain. Now there are various features: simple, modern programming language, object oriented, type safe. What is type safe? Type safe is concerned with the .NET framework. Okay, when your code is satisfy the CLR for runtime, that code is known as a type safe code. Interoperability means mostly language support to the .NET framework communicate each other. Intra-language communication, also known as interoperability. Scalable and updatable. You can get updates after a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's a component oriented. Component, we break our project into different parts known as the module also. These individual module known as the component. All right. Now, structured programming language, it's a very list library because many of class concern to the web development, many to the database, many to the Oracle. In fact, you have connectivity to Oracle, MySQL like that. So it's very rich library, and then it execute very fast because if you have lonely running the C sharp, so it will run fast. Otherwise, nowadays the Visual Studio 19 has been launched, so I just suggest don't do not download high version of Visual Studio. I will give you Visual Studio 2010 on Google Drive, so you guys can download from that and install. Because how much version you have, heavy version you have, it will slow down your laptop. All right, so take lower version, that is 2010 is sufficient enough and good enough. You can do all practicals whatever your syllabus, and you can easily run the thing with the fastest speed. Now, the first thing. Mhm. What is your good name, dear? Okay, so do not hesitate. Just I'm Ankur speaking. So the code which is used to satisfy the CLR, the code which is used to satisfy the CLR, known as type safe code. All right, because CLR check each and everything before giving the output. That's why we say type safe. It is safely running on your .NET framework because CLR going to be merge many code, many language on one platform to execute or to create the native code. All right, which I told you. The first one MSIL is created after native compiler, then after JIT compiler, we create a native code. So type safe code are that code which execute on a CLR or which satisfy the CLR to produce the output. All right, Ankur? Yeah, definitely. All right. Now, what are the C sharp example. First of all, how we do the hello words program. Okay, very simple. See that line by line. Then we have a description also, no problem. The first thing known as the namespace. The first line known as a namespace. Just like you have the packages or you have the header file, here we have the namespace. Just like in Java, we use the import statement. Here we use the using keywords. Import keyword, a using keyword do the same. This is your package. System is a mother package, means all the utility kind of thing are here. All right, means just like you want to interact with the user, so we can interact with them similarly. Then we have a class keyword. Since object oriented programming, so at least one class is mandatory for that. Then the class name, valid identifier. Identifier means with name we are giving you the class, your variables, your methods, that's identifier. All right, then we start the curly braces. Then we come up static void main. What is that? In Java we also write like something that static void main. Can anyone of you explain me what is that? Why we use the static, why we use the void, and why we use the main? Anyone of you? See, this is not one way class, this is not, this is interactive class, so you guys also give your participation here. So what static means? Static enables any method to call without object. That's good. Is it Ankur? Once again. Okay, so static keyword gives the facility to call any method. Uncle, please keep online, unmute. So here we have main method. So do not create any object and call this method. So what is void doing, Uncle? Yeah, means function is always returning something. Function is always returning something, but void says you need not to return anything anywhere. Okay, so the my next question is big question. Who call the main function? The entry point of any programming is main function. You read this line, you learn this line. Dear, here is not JVM. Java Virtual Machine is not over here. So indirectly sense, yeah, actually, yeah, अरे वाह सब बच्चे बोल रहे हैं आज तो good. CLR call the main function because this is the entry point. All right, and what is that? Strings of ARGS. Yes, Shiva. Yeah, Shiva Trivedi is there. Shiva Trivedi, why you put a string and then square brackets? What does it mean? So we are not returning, we are accepting here. No. Ankur, one more time. It's your turn. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very. One more thing, one more definition is all the object-oriented programming, all the inputs in Java and C Sharp is type of a string, not integer. All right. If you want to use their integer value, so like just suppose you are entering the 5, so 5 is not an integer value, 5 is a string. Okay, we have to convert them into integer. So command line, either you using the command line, that better enough, otherwise you take input. So all the things in C sharp is type of input, so it is a string array. Whatever you put, just like my input, my name Abhishek Srivastava. So here I have two index. On 0th index, I have Abhishek. On first index, I have Srivastava. Means whatever you put on command line, it will convert a string array. And each spaces, the your input will be back up and given the array indexes. And index will start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so all the things inputs are considered a string. Keep in mind in Java and C sharp, and if you want to use, it's numeric value, so you can cast them, or you can convert their proper method, parsing method are there, so you can do that. All right. Next thing, we have a console class. Console class, then write line method. Okay, console dot write line hello worlds. We have two method, write and write line, just like a print and print line, print ln in Java. Just like a print ln, just write or print a line and change the line. Similarly, we have a write line, the work didn't write there. And what write do, write don't change the line, next output will be put in the same line. All right. Now, this is the explanation. I will not go into explanation. You guys can do what is a class, what is program, static, void, main, explain everything. Listing RGS, this thing is important. This is fully qualified name. System.console.write9. System is a package. Keep in mind, console is a class, then write line is a method. Okay, so this is a fully qualified name. Fully qualified name means package, class, or method. Just wait for 1 minute. I'm just catching you in 1 minute. Okay, you guys please wait up. Okay, welcome back. Now, so what? Am I audible? Yeah. Can you confirm me, anyone? Am I audible? Yes, I'm audible. Okay. So what is write line and write? These are the method. Okay, I told you write line, print the thing and change the line for the next output. While write method does not change the line for the next output, even if even print this thing and does not change the line. Then this is the basic difference between them. Now, let's check this thing. Kindly go through this the example and tell me what happening. Yes, Kanika is there. Kanika, kindly explain what happening here, what output and what input is writing over there. Hmm? Definitely. So, can you compare these two methods with the print and println of Java? Very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. So, same thing is happening here. Okay, we will do say practically this thing after in second session. All right, no problem. So what are the variables? Okay, so variables, everything you're learning from C++, Java, now in C sharp. Very good definition. A variables is the name of memory locations. It is used to store data. Its value can be changed and it can be used many times. It is a way to represent the memory location through a symbol so that it can be easily identified. Means through the symbol better, it's through the name is right keyword. All right. So what are the rules for defining a variables? Variables can have alphabet, digit, and underscore. And variable name can start with alphabet and underscore only. The variable name can start with alphabet and underscore only. It can't start with the digit. Keep in mind. So alphabet is permitted and underscore is permitted. See, in a special character, underscore the only special character which are used in identifier. All right. This is the interview question. Which special character used in the name of identifier? Not hash, nothing, only the underscore. All right. No white spaces allowed within the variable name. In fact, you can use the camel case. Camel means first one is the lower and then uppercase. A variable name must be any reserved word or keyword, e.g., character, float, etc. Okay, means any language have reserved words or we say the keywords. It cannot have, but in the case of C Sharp, Microsoft .NET framework give you this facility that you can use even keyword. You can use even keyword as a variable name, but this thing I am giving to you, what we do for using a keyword as a variable name, as an identifier name. Okay, so this thing assignment for you. After that, you can Google this thing and tell me next class how we use any keyword, just like for, how we use for as a variable name, because flexibility is given here. Okay, and nowhere this flexibility is given any programming language. You can use the keyword, but here is flexibility. I don't write that thing. What, how, and where, how we do this kind of thing, but if you go on to that book I provide you, Balagoswami book, you start reading that one, because PPT content is not sufficient enough for examination purpose. You have to read more and more thing. You have to write more and more thing. Okay, because more content, more goodness of content with good number. All right. Now, variable types. We have different type of variable types. We have decimal type in which we have a decimal number. We have Boolean type variable which have true false value. All right. We have integral type. In integral we have int, char, byte, short, long. Then we have floating point, float and doubles. Then we nullable type, null values. The range of these all is given in the book. Okay, range is not coming. I mean, range is not important for the examination purpose, but how many type of variable is there, what kind of value variable is contained, it is important. So you should learn about that. Okay, now how the variable is declared. So first one, we use the type, means it's a data type. What kind of data type you are going to put over here. Okay, then we have variable list, means multiple variable can be declared using same data type. So that's why I put a variable list. So what is data type? Data type define what kind of data is contained by the variable. So accordingly that you can put here. For example, declaring a variable is given below, int ij. So here I and j is a both integer. Then we have double D, float F, char ch. Here I, F, D, F, ch are the variable, and int double float char are the data type. Alright. Now again you can check this one. Int I equal to 2, j equal to 4, declaring two variable integer. Okay, so keep in mind, first thing is data type, second thing is variable name, then equal to is my assignment operator, and 2 is a value. So fourth thing is there for generally creating a value: data type, variable name, assignment operator, and the values. These four things generally create and memory where the value is located. All right. Now, what are the constant? You can add a constant keyword if you don't want other or yourself to override the existing value. Means variable, the name says vary, means an entire program your value going to be vary. But constant let you create the constant value. It doesn't override the thing. Okay. Once you initialize, With a const keyword, const, const, data type, then variable name, then value. So if you want to override the existing values, it will give you error. Okay, how it is giving, how we Microsoft.NET Visual Studio do same thing we do in next session. All right, what are the comments? Comments are those lines which are ignored by your compiler, and comment are basically are the information that developer keep before writing anything. Just like if you are writing any function, so what happened, if you're writing any function, so what function is doing, so function description you can comment. So comment may be single line, just like a C or C++ double slash for single line, and slash star slash for multi-line comment. So these are some features which is borrow from C, C++, and console dot write line, just like a you can see print line method in Java, like that. Then we have a data type. All right, what type of data type we have? We have three major types: value type, pointer type, and reference type. Value type means you have some value in that. Pointer type means you are containing some pointer variable like that. Then reference means you are referencing to someone. You are not exactly having, you are referencing to someone. Okay, here in value type can be defined in two types: predefined and user defined. In value type, predefined, integer, boolean, float. These are some examples. Then we have, in again value type, we have enumeration and structure. All right. Similarly, in reference type, which is predefined, objects and strings, and user defined, class and interface. All right. These all key words is familiar to you. Now this is detailed diagram. Everything detailed, very detailed diagram. You can access the last one. So C sharp data type, value type, simple type make character, character make char. These are exactly the way of writing. Char, float, double decimal, boom. Okay, same thing. It is splitted to greater hierarchy so that you can navigate what exactly data type in find in which hierarchy. Let's make a proper notes of there. Now, first one is value type, short. What value type? Short, int, char, float, double, etc. Reference type, string, class, object, interface. And third type, you contain the pointer. This is very important question, the reference of semester examination. Explain the different data types available in C# with the help of suitable diagram. So for diagram purpose, you can just take diagram. This is just like a tree diagram. You can nesting in one label to another label. All right. Now, so first one is value type. The value type are the integer base and floating point base. C# language support both signed and unsigned literals. What is signed means you have any sign, minus sign. Unsigned means no minus sign is there. Okay, literals means what value you going to be assigned to variable, that is known as literals. Variable name known as the identifier, and what value you are going to assign the variable known as literals. Okay, there are two type of value type data type in C# language: predefined and user defined. In predefined we have integer, boolean, float, and user defined we have structure, enumeration. All right, we cover all the things. What is structure and structure chapter, enumeration and enumeration chapter. All right, everything should be practical, not theory example like Java. Okay, and in this semester we are speeding up our syllabus cover. Okay, and daily homework is given on Google Classroom, so you guys keep eye on your classroom. Otherwise you get a mail whenever the homework assigned is created, so you get a mail and you have to submit there. Now the reference type do not contain the actual data stored in a variable, but they contain the reference to the variable. If the data is changed by one of the variable, the other variable automatically reflect the change value. So this is a main difference. How the value type difference from the reference type? If the data is changed by the one of the variable, the other variable automatically reflect its change value. So again, two type: predefined and user defined. Predefined contain object and string, and user defined contain the classes and interface. You know the classes for object-oriented programming. You know the interface. An interface is a solution of some alternative of some object-oriented feature. Interface is an a replacement or solution of object-oriented feature. What is the name of that feature? Yes, please. What is the name of that feature? What is your good name? Uncle, no, uncle. Interface is not a replacement of any. Very good, very good. Who is there? What is good name? Manya. Yes, Manya. Multiple inheritance is not supported by even Java and C Sharp both. So the replacement is interface. Okay. How we create interface, what we do, etc., etc. We do in that particular chapter. Okay. Now the pointer type, what pointer type is, how we access these thing here means pointer content the address. Basically asterisk is representation of the pointer type variable. With the knowledge of C++, if any data type is there, so we put the asterisk, okay, and ampersand. These two things, these two operator are used to access and generate the pointer type. All right, so now come on the operator. I hope I don't need to tell what here. Plus minus, division, modulus, arithmetic operator, relational, less than equal to, greater than equal to not equal to. In the second lecture I will use this thing. Logical, ampersand, double, and or not the logical. These are the bitwise. Means if you are playing with the bits, not a number. Bits means a binary mode. So bitwise operator working a very good thing. Then we assignment operator and shortcut operator. All right, assignment and shortcut. Somewhere we reflect this is compare, double equal to is compare. This comes under the relational. Then we have unary, means plus plus minus minus. This is post and pre increment, post increment, pre decrement, post decrement. Then ternary. Okay, because it evaluate the condition, and once it evaluate the condition, it go on to the last one. So this is about the first session. It is time to second session also. No problem. We will take the 5-minute break. Okay. So you have any question, you can ask me, please.